This life you're living didn't just happen. It's not an accident. It didn't show up overnight. Every result you're experiencing right now is connected to a structure, a rhythm, a pattern, a system. Your energy, your focus, your income, your health, your habits, none of it is random. It's all a reflection of the systems you've been running. Systems that either support your goals or quietly sabotage them. And here's the truth most people avoid. Your current systems are working. They may not be working in your favor, but they are working. They're producing the exact life you've built around them. That's why you can't just look at outcomes. It's not enough to want to be in shape, to be more focused, or to be financially free. You have to ask whether your systems produce that outcome, or if they're producing something else entirely. It's easy to talk about goals. It's easy to write them down. But if your systems aren't designed to support them, they're just words. The results will always tell the truth. So we're going to break all this stuff down. What systems are running your life? What do they lead to? And most importantly, how do you redesign them to create the life you actually want? A system isn't just some big machine or corporate strategy. It's the set of small things you do every day without thinking. It's your routines, your environment, the choices you make automatically, the way your life runs when you're not paying attention. Wake up, turn the TV on, skip breakfast, rush out the door. That's a system. Sleep late, snooze the alarm, start every day behind. That's a system. Spend every dollar that comes in, avoid looking at your account. That's a system too. See how that works? And none of these systems feel like systems while you're in them. They just feel like life. But over time, they create patterns. And those patterns produce your results. Even inaction is a system. Even drift becomes structure if you let it run long enough. You don't need to deliberately design chaos. It builds itself. All you have to do is ignore your decisions long enough. And eventually, they'll start deciding for you. That's why outcomes can feel so disconnected. People set goals but never reach them, and they don't understand why. But goals don't drive your life. Systems do. And if the system is built for distraction, inconsistency, and stress, no amount of motivation can overpower it for long. You don't rise to the level of your vision. You fall to the level of your structure. What's repeated becomes reinforced. What's reinforced becomes automatic. And what's automatic becomes identity. So take a close look. What's running your days? What are your defaults? What are your non-negotiables, whether you chose them or not? You might say you value growth, but if your system reinforces entertainment over development, growth won't happen. You might say you value health, but if your system makes movement optional and junk food easy, your results will reflect the system, not the intention. This isn't about guilt, it's about clarity. It's about finally seeing the invisible engine behind the life you're living. Because once you see the system, you can start to change it. But if you don't see it, you'll keep blaming outcomes instead of addressing the structure that created them. So here's the question to sit with. Are the systems in your life designed or just allowed? Are they shaped by your values or by your distractions? Are they aligned with your goals or are they in direct conflict with them? The results you're experiencing are just feedback, honest, consistent feedback. Your current systems are perfectly designed to give you the life you have. If you want a different life, the system has to change. I want to start by telling you why willpower isn't enough and why your environment, routines, and systems always win in the long run. Willpower feels strong until it isn't. It feels like the answer when you're fired up, motivated, and full of energy. But willpower is a limited resource. It runs out. especially when life gets busy, stressful, or unpredictable. That's why you can't build a better life on discipline alone. You need systems, because systems don't rely on how you feel. They don't need you to be inspired. They just run, over and over, automatically. When the system is strong, the decision is already made. The gym clothes are laid out, the healthy food is prepped, the TV is turned off. The path has already been cleared. No drama, no friction. Just follow the system. This is the power of a good structure. It protects you from your weaker moments. It keeps you on track when your motivation disappears. It saves energy by removing decisions, because every decision requires effort. And the more decisions you have to make, the more likely you are to choose comfort over growth. A good system says you don't have to feel like doing it. You just have to do what's next in the structure. That's it. No emotion required, no mental debate, just the next step. Think about the difference. Someone who tries to eat healthy by making the right choice at every meal versus someone who meal preps once a week and removes the decision completely. One is fighting willpower daily. The other's relying on structure. Guess who lasts longer? The same goes for focus. If your system includes turning off the electronics, and setting up your space before the work begins, you don't need to wrestle with distractions every hour. You just follow the structure. Willpower isn't even part of the equation. And here's the best part. Systems compound. The more you rely on them, the stronger they get. Lay out your clothes the night before. Schedule the time. Make it easier to go than to skip. You're not relying on willpower. You're following the blueprint. That's what systems do. They turn effort into rhythm. And here's the most important piece: identity. Your system needs to reflect who you want to become. You're not just someone who exercises. You're the kind of person who honors their commitments. You're not just someone who writes. You're the kind of person who creates daily. Build systems that reinforce that identity, then repeat. And when the new system starts to feel natural, don't stop there. Optimize, adjust, strengthen. Because systems aren't static, they evolve as you do. What worked for the last season might not work for the next one. Keep building, keep refining. Because here's the truth. The life you have now was built by a system. If you want a new life, it won't come from wishing harder or pushing longer. It'll come from building a better system, one small shift at a time, one routine at a time, one day at a time. I want to put this all together now, because the message is simple. Your systems created this life. If you want the next one to be different, it's time to build accordingly. This life you're living, it's the result of systems. Not dreams, not plans, not potential. Systems. Everything that's working for you right now, there's a system behind it. Everything that's holding you back, there's a system behind that too. You don't need more motivation. You need better structure. You need habits, routines, environments, and decisions that quietly lead you where you want to go without requiring constant force. Because the truth is simple. Your systems are perfectly designed to give you this life. If you want a different one, you don't have to push harder. You just have to build better. Don't just wish for change. Design it, build it, live it.